Silence is the key to unlocking your most extraordinary dreams, acting as a portal to a life beyond your wildest imagination. In this very moment, you possess the power to completely transform your existence. It all begins by stepping into the quiet space within you. Consider how often you truly allow yourself to be silent. In our constantly noisy world, we are bombarded with information, opinions, and distractions. Our minds endlessly chatter, rehashing the past and worrying about the future. This noise disconnects us from our true selves and our infinite potential. Embracing silence creates something magical. You tap into a wellspring of creativity, wisdom, and power that has always been within you, waiting to be noticed. It's like turning down the volume on a radio and finally hearing the beautiful song playing softly in the background all along. In silence, you begin to hear your inner voice, not the critical one that doubts and judges, but the wise, loving voice that knows your true worth. This voice has been guiding you your entire life, but it has been drowned out by the world's noise and your busy thoughts. As you practice being silent, you'll notice changes within yourself. Your mind becomes clearer, like a still lake reflecting the sky. Solutions to problems that once seemed impossible start to appear, and ideas and inspiration flow effortlessly. You experience a sense of peace and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. The most exciting part is that these changes don't stop within you. As you cultivate inner silence, the world around you begins to shift. Opportunities start appearing out of nowhere, the right people show up in your life at just the right time, and things that used to frustrate you now roll off your back. You find yourself in a state of flow, where life unfolds with ease and grace. This is not just wishful thinking or new age fluff. It's supported by cutting-edge research in neuroscience and quantum physics. When you quiet your mind through meditation and mindfulness, you literally change the structure and function of your brain, creating new neural pathways that support positivity, creativity, and resilience. At the quantum level, your thoughts and emotions send out vibrations that interact with the energy field around you. In a state of inner turmoil, you broadcast static. But when you cultivate inner silence, you become a clear channel, able to receive and transmit on a much higher frequency. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you're stuck in negative thought patterns and emotional reactivity, you're tuned into a station playing nothing but problems and limitations. But by accessing that quiet space within, you start picking up a new frequency, one of infinite possibilities and abundance. The amazing thing is, you don't have to force this change. You don't need to struggle or push. All you need to do is get out of your own way and allow the natural intelligence of your body and mind to work its magic. Silence is the doorway to this state of allowing. I understand some of you might be thinking, this sounds great, but my life is chaotic. I don't have time to sit in silence. We all have busy lives filled with demands and responsibilities. But here's the thing. You don't need hours of uninterrupted quiet to start this journey. Even a few minutes a day can make a significant impact. Begin small. Set aside just 5 minutes each morning to sit in silence before your day begins. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and simply observe your thoughts without engaging with them. If your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to your breath. No special techniques or complicated rituals are required. As you make this a daily habit, accessing that inner quiet space will become easier, even during a hectic day. You'll develop the ability to pause and center yourself before reacting to stressful situations, making decisions from a place of clarity rather than confusion. Over time, you might extend your silent time to 15 minutes or even an hour. However, don't worry about the quantity. It's the quality of your attention that matters most. 5 minutes of true presence is far more powerful than an hour of distracted meditation. Now, let's explore what happens when you consistently practice accessing this silent space within you. You start to experience what I call coherence, a state where your thoughts, emotions, and physical body are all in alignment. This is when real magic begins. In coherence, you become a magnet for positive experiences and opportunities. It's as if the universe conspires to bring you exactly what you need. You might call it coincidence or luck, but it's the result of tuning into a higher frequency of possibilities. You'll notice synchronicities everywhere. Thinking of an old friend, and they call you, or having an idea for a business and suddenly meeting someone with the skills and resources you need. These aren't random. They result from engaging with the infinite field of potential around us all. As you continue this practice, you'll naturally let go of old limiting beliefs and behaviors. Emotional triggers will lose their power. You'll stop feeling like a victim of circumstances and start recognizing your role as a creator of your reality. Your relationships will improve as you bring more presence and compassion to your interactions, communicating more clearly and listening more deeply. People will be drawn to your calm, centered energy, and you'll find yourself surrounded by positive, supportive individuals who uplift and inspire you. Your physical health is likely to improve as well. Stress contributes to many illnesses, and by cultivating inner silence, you give your body a chance to relax and heal. Chronic conditions may ease, energy levels increase, and a sense of vitality pervades your life. Your work life will transform as you bring this coherent state into your career or business. You'll make decisions from a place of inspiration rather than fear, with creative solutions arising effortlessly. Productivity will increase without burnout, and success will come from inspired action aligned with your true purpose. Financial abundance often follows naturally from this state of coherence. When you no longer operate from a place of lack and scarcity, you open yourself to the flow of prosperity. Money becomes a tool for expressing your gifts and living your purpose, rather than a source of stress and worry. Perhaps the most profound change is a deep sense of connection to yourself, to others, and to the world around you. In silence, you tap into the underlying unity of all things, realizing you are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. This understanding brings profound peace and purpose to your life. However, this doesn't mean your life will suddenly become perfect, or that you'll never face challenges again. Life will still have its ups and downs, but you'll navigate these challenges from a completely different perspective. Instead of being knocked off course by obstacles, you'll see difficulties as opportunities for growth and learning. You'll develop what I call emotional elegance, the ability to experience your feelings fully without being controlled by them. You'll discover that you no longer feel the need to suppress or avoid negative emotions. Instead, you'll welcome all experiences as valuable sources of information, recognizing that even painful feelings carry important lessons. As you continue practicing silence, your intuition will sharpen. You'll learn to trust that inner guidance leading you toward your highest good. Decision-making becomes easier. You won't second-guess yourself or seek constant validation from others. With a sense of confidence and trust in your journey, life unfolds with clarity. One of the most beautiful aspects of this journey is its ripple effect. As you become more centered and peaceful, you naturally bring a calming influence to those around you. Without saying a word, your presence can soothe intense situations or uplift those who are struggling. You embody the power of inner silence through your example. This doesn't mean you'll never speak up or take action. On the contrary, when you do choose to act, your words and deeds will carry profound impact. They'll stem from inner clarity and alignment, rather than reactive impulses or ego-driven motives. You'll discern when to speak and when to remain silent, when to act and when to wait. As you progress, you may feel compelled to share your journey with others, not in a preachy manner, but by simply living as an example and being open to those curious about your transformation. You might find yourself mentoring, leading workshops, or expressing your insights through art. Remember, this journey isn't about reaching a final destination or achieving permanent bliss. It's an ongoing process of growth and expansion. There will be times when you forget to practice silence or get caught up in life's drama. That's okay. The key is to consistently return to that quiet space within you. Each time you do, you strengthen the neural pathways of peace and presence, reinforcing your connection to infinite possibilities and reminding yourself of your true essence beyond the noise and chaos. As silence becomes a consistent part of your life, you'll notice it becoming your natural state. Even amidst activity, you'll carry that inner quiet with you, grounding yourself in your true self while fully engaging with the world. This is when life truly becomes magical. Instead of struggling against the current, you'll flow with life, co-creating your reality in harmony with the universe. You'll live in what some call the zone or the flow state, a place of effortless accomplishment and joyful expression. In this state, you'll find that you no longer need to chase after what you want in life. Instead, it naturally comes to you. The universe seems to hear your true desires clearly, because you've cleared away mental and emotional static that once interfered with the signal. Moreover, you'll discover that many things you once pursued were attempts to fill inner voids or quiet restlessness. As you find contentment within yourself, your desires may shift. You'll prioritize experiences that bring genuine fulfillment and growth over accumulating material possessions. Your definition of success will evolve, focusing on inner peace, positive impact, and the quality of your moments rather than external markers. This doesn't mean you'll become passive or stop pursuing goals. On the contrary, you may achieve more than ever, driven by inspired creativity and purpose, rather than fear or the need for validation. You'll find satisfaction in simply being present and grateful for each unfolding moment. As you delve deeper into your practice of silence, you'll uncover layers of yourself that have remained undiscovered. Dormant talents and abilities will emerge, sparked by the right conditions. You might surprise yourself with sudden bursts of creativity and insights, seemingly arriving out of nowhere. This is your true essence breaking free from conditioned thinking and societal norms. In silence, you create the space for your authentic self to shine. You'll naturally gravitate towards activities and relationships that resonate with your deepest values and passions. One of the most profound gifts of this practice is the ability to fully inhabit each moment. Instead of dwelling on the past or fretting about the future, you'll find yourself fully engaged with the richness of the present. This heightened presence brings an awareness of the beauty and details in the world around you. Vivid colors, moving music, and delicious food become more pronounced. You'll discover wonder in simple things like a sunset or a child's laughter. This awareness extends to your relationships as well. You'll become attuned to subtle cues in body language and tone, deepening your connections with others. As your practice matures, you may encounter moments of profound insight or awakening experiences. These moments lift the veil of separation, revealing the interconnectedness of all existence. While these experiences can be powerful, their true impact lies in how you integrate them into your daily life. Your sense of identity shifts from viewing yourself as a separate individual navigating life to recognizing yourself as an expression of universal consciousness. This expanded perspective naturally leads to choices that benefit not just yourself, but the broader community and planet. You'll feel a responsibility for the well-being of others and the environment, driven not by obligation, but by a deep understanding of interconnectedness. Even if your external circumstances remain unchanged, your presence in roles such as parent, partner, friend, or colleague will undergo a transformation. You'll bring a quality of presence, compassion, and clarity to everything you do. Silence, you'll come to realize, is not merely the absence of noise, but a profound presence in itself, the very ground of all creation. By tapping into this silence, you connect with the source of life and draw strength and resilience from it. This inner stability enables you to remain calm and clear-headed amidst life's challenges. Your need for external validation diminishes as you cultivate self-acceptance and worthiness from within. This inner confidence allows you to set healthy boundaries and make choices aligned with your true values and purpose, rather than seeking approval or fitting into others' expectations. As you continue on this journey, silence becomes not just a practice, but a way of being, an anchor in the midst of life's currents, guiding you to live authentically and purposefully. Embrace the journey of silence, and you'll naturally draw towards you the right people and opportunities that resonate with your authentic self. Doors will open in surprising and seemingly miraculous ways, aligning with your deepest aspirations. Remember, this path of silence is not about reaching a final destination, but about continuous unfolding and discovery. Each day presents new opportunities to deepen your practice and expand your awareness. The beauty of this path lies in its accessibility to everyone, regardless of circumstances or background. You don't need special equipment or expensive retreats, just the willingness to turn inward and listen to the wisdom of your own being. So I encourage you to begin now. Take a deep breath, allow yourself to become still, and feel the aliveness within your body. Notice the thoughts passing through your mind without becoming entangled in them. This is the starting point of your journey into silence. Be gentle with yourself as you progress. There may be challenges and old patterns that resurface, and that's perfectly okay. Each time you return to silence, you strengthen your ability to stay centered and present. Know that you're not alone on this journey. As you cultivate inner silence, you'll naturally connect with others who are on a similar path, fostering a sense of community and support that transcends superficial differences. Your authenticity and presence are not just transforming your own life, but also contributing to the evolution of human consciousness. Take this moment to commit to making silence a regular part of your life. Start small, if needed, but take that first step today. The quiet space within you holds everything you've ever desired: peace, joy, fulfillment, and purpose beyond imagination. Trust in the process and trust in yourself. The journey to an extraordinary life begins now, in this moment of quiet presence. Close your eyes, take that deep breath, and allow yourself to sink into the silent space within you. Feel the aliveness, the potential, and the infinite possibilities that exist right now. This is your true home, your source of strength and inspiration. From this place of inner silence, you have the power to transform your life profoundly. You can heal old wounds, create masterpieces, build empires, or simply live each day with profound joy and gratitude. The choice is yours, and the power is within you. In silence, you will discover everything you need in life. It's already within you, waiting to be noticed. As you continue to cultivate this inner silence, you'll notice a profound shift in how you perceive and engage with the world. The incessant chatter of the mind begins to quiet, allowing a deeper, more intuitive wisdom to emerge. This wisdom sees beyond the surface of things, revealing patterns and connections that were always present but hidden from conscious awareness. Solutions to challenges will arise spontaneously, often when you least expect it. By creating space in your mind through silence, you allow the universe to fill it with exactly what you need. This process of silent listening and intuitive knowing becomes a powerful ally in navigating life's complexities with clarity and grace. This shift in perception also applies to how you perceive yourself. The habitual self-criticism and judgment that many carry begin to fade away, replaced by a profound sense of self-acceptance and love. You start to see yourself as you truly are, a unique expression of life itself, complete in your imperfections. As this self-acceptance deepens, embracing all aspects of yourself becomes easier, including those parts you once sought to conceal or change. You come to understand that your quirks, struggles, and perceived flaws are integral to your uniqueness. This acceptance becomes a catalyst for healing and personal growth. You may notice old emotional wounds healing spontaneously, as the light of your non-judgmental awareness naturally dissolves past pain and trauma. This newfound sense of lightness and freedom allows you to release emotional baggage you hadn't realized you were carrying. This inner healing extends outward, transforming your relationships. With greater self-acceptance comes a natural acceptance of others. Judgment diminishes, replaced by deeper understanding and compassion. Your communication shifts from ego-driven or defensive to clear and truthful. You speak authentically, without attachment to how your words are received, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Continuing your practice of silence enhances your sensitivity to energy, your own, others, and that of your environment. You become attuned to how certain people or places affect your energy field, empowering you to make choices that nurture your well-being and maintain a high vibrational state. Your intuition becomes a reliable guide, guiding you effortlessly toward choices that serve your highest good. In essence, as you deepen your practice of silence, you naturally align with a more authentic and intuitive way of living, fostering healing, growth, and harmonious connections in all aspects of your life. It's like tapping into a deeper intelligence that intuitively knows the right path. This heightened intuition goes beyond personal matters. You might experience flashes of insight regarding global events or the evolution of humanity. You might even sense a purpose that transcends your individual life. Those who begin this journey often discover a calling to contribute to the greater good of humanity and the planet. As your practice deepens, you may encounter altered states of consciousness, ranging from deep meditative states to profound mystical experiences. While these experiences can be powerful and transformative, their real value lies in how you integrate these insights into your daily life. Your relationship with time may shift as well. Instead of feeling rushed or constantly behind, you'll develop a sense of timelessness. You'll be fully present in each moment while also aware of the larger flow of life, allowing you to move through your days with grace and ease, accomplishing what needs to be done without stress. Creativity flourishes in ways you may never have imagined. Whether or not you consider yourself an artist, you'll find new ideas and inspirations flowing through you. This creativity may manifest in traditional art forms, innovative solutions at work, or fresh approaches to daily tasks. You'll begin to appreciate the artistry in all aspects of life. As you become more attuned to the silence within, you'll also notice the silence in the world around you. You'll be drawn to spend time in nature, absorbing the quiet wisdom of trees, mountains, or the ocean. These natural experiences will deepen your connection to all life. Synchronicities may become more frequent in your life, meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random. This signals that you're in harmony with the flow of life and the greater intelligence of the universe. Your health and vitality may improve as well. The deep relaxation of silence allows your body to heal and regenerate at a cellular level, potentially resolving chronic health issues and increasing your overall energy and resilience. Your relationship with challenge and adversity will evolve. Rather than seeing difficulties as problems to solve or avoid, you'll view them as opportunities for growth and evolution. You'll face life's ups and downs with equanimity, knowing that each experience contributes to your journey of awakening. As you access this inner silence more deeply, you'll find yourself needing less from the external world to feel fulfilled. The peace and contentment you discover within are more satisfying than any material possession or achievement. This doesn't mean you stop enjoying life's pleasures, but rather that you're no longer dependent on them for your happiness. You may feel compelled to simplify your life, decluttering physical space, streamlining commitments, or letting go of relationships that no longer serve your highest good. This simplification creates more room for what truly matters to you. Your sense of identity will expand as you feel less attached to labels and roles. You'll recognize them as useful tools rather than defining factors of who you are. This expanded self-awareness brings a profound sense of freedom. You're no longer constrained by societal expectations or limiting beliefs. You may find yourself naturally drawn to share what you've learned with others, through teaching, mentoring, or simply by being a living example of the peace and presence you've cultivated. Each day offers new opportunities to deepen your practice, expand your awareness, and embody more fully the truth of who you are. While challenges may arise, they are part of the journey. Each time you return to your practice, you strengthen your ability to remain centered and present, regardless of external circumstances. Silence isn't just a practice or a state of mind. It becomes the foundation from which you live your life, guiding your actions and interactions. In silence, you discover everything you've ever sought: peace, love, fulfillment, and purpose. It's already within you, waiting to be uncovered. Trust in this process. Trust in yourself. The journey to an extraordinary life is unfolding right now, in this moment of silence.
Have you ever been told that kindness is a virtue? That being kind will bring you happiness, success, and fulfillment? Well, I'm here to tell you that kindness can actually ruin your life. Yes, you heard me right. Kindness can be your downfall. Let me explain how. First, when you're too kind, people start to take advantage of you. They see your kindness as a weakness, and they'll exploit it for their own gain. They'll ask for favors, borrow money, and expect you to drop everything to help them. And because you're kind, you'll say yes, even when it's inconvenient or detrimental to your own well-being. You'll find yourself stretched thin, exhausted, and resentful, all because you couldn't say no. I've seen it happen time and time again. People who are too kind end up being taken for granted. They're the ones who are always there for others, but when they need help themselves, no one is around. They give and give until they have nothing left to give, and then they're left alone and empty. But it's not just about being taken advantage of. When you're too kind, you also miss out on opportunities to stand up for yourself and assert your own needs. You're so busy putting others first that you forget about your own dreams and goals. You sacrifice your own happiness for the sake of others, and in the end, you're left with nothing but regrets. Second, kindness can make you a pushover. When you're always putting others' needs before your own, you send a message that your own needs don't matter. People will start to expect you to agree with them, to go along with their plans, and to never rock the boat. They'll see you as someone who can be easily manipulated and controlled. And when you do try to assert yourself, people will be shocked and offended. They'll accuse you of being selfish or unkind because they've come to expect you to always put their needs first. They'll guilt trip you into submission, and you'll find yourself right back where you started, a doormat for others to walk all over. I know it's hard to break out of this pattern. It feels good to be liked and appreciated, and it's tempting to keep doing what others expect of you. But in the long run, it's not sustainable. You'll end up feeling resentful, unfulfilled, and even angry. You'll start to question why you're always the one making sacrifices, and you'll wonder what your life would be like if you put yourself first for once. Third, kindness can hold you back from success. In today's cutthroat world, nice guys often finish last. To get ahead, you need to be assertive, competitive, and sometimes even ruthless. You need to be willing to take risks, to make tough decisions, and to put your own interests first. But when you're too kind, you're often hesitant to do these things. You don't want to step on anyone's toes or hurt anyone's feelings. You don't want to be seen as aggressive or selfish. So you hold back, you play it safe, and you miss out on opportunities to advance your career or achieve your goals. I've seen so many talented, hardworking people get passed over for promotions or big breaks because they were too nice. They didn't want to rock the boat or ruffle any feathers, so they stayed quiet and let others take the credit. They didn't want to be seen as cutthroat or competitive, so they didn't go after what they really wanted. But here's the thing, success isn't handed out based on who's the nicest. It's earned through hard work, determination, and a willingness to take risks. If you're always putting others first and sacrificing your own ambitions, you'll never reach your full potential. You'll always be held back by your own kindness. Fourth, and perhaps most importantly, kindness can prevent you from being honest and authentic. When you're too focused on being kind and not hurting anyone's feelings, you start to censor yourself. You hold back your true thoughts and opinions, and you present a watered-down version of yourself to the world. But here's the thing people can sense when you're not being genuine. They can tell when you're holding back or sugarcoating the truth, and over time, they start to lose trust in you. They start to wonder what you really think and feel, and they question whether they can rely on you to be honest with them. Moreover, when you're constantly suppressing your true self in the name of kindness, you start to lose touch with who you really are. You become disconnected from your own thoughts, feelings, and desires. You start to feel like a fraud, like you're living someone else's life instead of your own. And that's no way to live. It's exhausting, unfulfilling, and ultimately unsustainable. You can't be truly happy or successful if you're not being true to yourself. You can't build deep, meaningful relationships if you're not being honest and authentic. So what's the solution? How can you avoid the pitfalls of kindness while still being a good person? The answer is simple: balance. You need to find a way to be kind and compassionate while also setting boundaries and taking care of yourself. That means learning to say no when you need to, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. It means speaking up for yourself and asserting your own needs and desires, even if it means ruffling a few feathers. It means being honest and authentic, even if it means having difficult conversations or facing some conflict. It's not easy, I know. It takes practice and courage to break out of the pattern of overkindness, but trust me, it's worth it. When you learn to balance kindness with self-care and authenticity, you'll be amazed at how much better your life becomes. You'll have more energy and enthusiasm for the things that matter to you. You'll build deeper, more meaningful relationships with people who truly value and respect you. You'll achieve more success and fulfillment in your career and personal life. And most importantly, you'll feel more at peace with yourself and the world around you. So don't let kindness ruin your life. Learn to be kind in a way that nurtures and supports your own well-being. Set boundaries, speak your truth, and take care of yourself first. Because at the end of the day, the greatest kindness you can show to the world is to be the best, most authentic version of yourself. And that, my friends, is how kindness can ruin your life if you're not careful. But it doesn't have to be that way. With a little wisdom and a lot of courage, you can learn to be kind in a way that empowers and uplifts you. So go out there and be kind, but remember to be kind to yourself first, because when you do that, everything else will fall into place. Let me share a personal story with you. When I was younger, I used to be the epitome of kindness. I would go out of my way to help others, even if it meant sacrificing my own time, energy, and resources. I thought that being kind would make me happy and fulfilled, but instead it left me feeling drained and resentful. I remember one particular instance where a friend asked me to help them move. I had my own plans that weekend, but I didn't want to let them down. So I canceled my plans and spent the entire weekend lugging heavy boxes and furniture up and down stairs. By the end of it, I was exhausted and sore, and I felt like I had wasted my precious free time. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was that my friend didn't even seem particularly grateful. They thanked me briefly, but then they went on with their life as if nothing had happened. Meanwhile, I was left feeling used and unappreciated. That experience was a wake-up call for me. I realized that I had been so focused on being kind to others that I had neglected to be kind to myself. I had put everyone else's needs before my own, and as a result, I was burning out. From that moment on, I started to make a conscious effort to balance my kindness with self-care. I started saying no to requests that didn't align with my own priorities and values. I started setting boundaries with people who tried to take advantage of my kindness. And I started being more honest and authentic in my interactions with others. It wasn't easy at first. I felt guilty and selfish for putting my own needs first. I worried that people would think I was unkind or uncaring. But as I continued to practice this new way of being, I started to see the benefits. I had more energy and enthusiasm for the things that mattered to me. I felt more confident and self-assured in my interactions with others. And perhaps most importantly, I started attracting people into my life who appreciated and respected me for who I truly was. One of the biggest lessons I learned through this process was the importance of setting boundaries. I realized that being kind didn't mean saying yes to everything and everyone. In fact, sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to say no. When you set boundaries, you're communicating to others what you will and will not tolerate. You're telling them that you value yourself and your own needs, and that you expect to be treated with respect and consideration. And when you do that, you create space for healthier, more balanced relationships in your life. Of course, setting boundaries isn't always easy. It can be uncomfortable and even scary at times. But the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. And the payoff is well worth the effort. Another important lesson I learned was the power of authenticity. When you're too focused on being kind and pleasing others, it's easy to lose sight of who you really are. You start to mold yourself into what you think others want you to be rather than being true to yourself. But here's the thing people can sense when you're not being genuine. They can tell when you're holding back or pretending to be someone you're not. And over time, that lack of authenticity can erode trust and connection in your relationships. On the other hand, when you're honest and authentic, you create space for real, meaningful connection. You allow others to see the real you, flaws and all. And when you do that, you build deeper, more intimate relationships based on trust and mutual understanding. Of course, being authentic doesn't mean being rude or insensitive. It's important to balance honesty with tact and compassion. But it does mean speaking your truth even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. Ultimately, the key to avoiding the pitfalls of kindness is to find a balance between taking care of others and taking care of yourself. It's about learning to be kind in a way that feels authentic and sustainable rather than draining and depleting. And the good news is, when you do that, everyone benefits. When you take care of yourself first, you have more energy and resources to give to others. When you set healthy boundaries, you create space for more fulfilling and reciprocal relationships. And when you're honest and authentic, you inspire others to do the same. So if you're someone who struggles with being too kind for your own good, I encourage you to start small. Start by saying no to one request that doesn't align with your priorities. Start by setting one boundary with someone who tends to take advantage of your kindness. Start by being honest about one thing that you've been holding back. And as you continue to practice these new ways of being, be patient with yourself. Remember that change takes time, and there will be moments of discomfort and even resistance along the way. But trust that by being kind to yourself first, you're ultimately being kind to everyone else in your life as well. Because here's the truth, the world needs more kindness, but it also needs more people who are willing to be kind to themselves. It needs more people who are willing to set boundaries, speak their truth, and take care of their own needs. And when we all start doing that, we create a ripple effect of positive change that extends far beyond ourselves. So go out there and be kind, but remember to be kind to yourself first. Remember that your own needs and desires matter just as much as anyone else's. And remember that by taking care of yourself, you're ultimately taking care of the world around you as well. And if you ever find yourself feeling guilty or selfish for putting yourself first, just remember this: the greatest gift you can give to the world is a happy, healthy, authentic version of yourself. So don't be afraid to prioritize your own well-being, even if it means ruffling a few feathers along the way. Because at the end of the day, kindness isn't about being perfect or pleasing everyone around you. It's about being true to yourself and treating others with compassion and respect. And when you learn to balance those two things, you'll find that kindness becomes a source of strength and empowerment rather than a burden or a weakness. So let's all commit to being kind in a way that feels authentic and sustainable. Let's set boundaries, speak our truth, and take care of ourselves first. And let's trust that by doing so, we're creating a world that is kinder, more compassionate, and more connected than ever before. Thank you for listening to my story and my thoughts on this topic. I hope that my words have resonated with you in some way and that you'll take them to heart as you navigate your own journey with kindness. Remember, you matter just as much as anyone else, and your own needs and desires are valid and important. So be kind to yourself and watch as that kindness ripples out into the world around you. Thank you. Hey there, let's talk about something that's been on my mind lately: emotionally detaching from someone. It's a tough subject, I know, but it's so important to understand how to do this in a healthy way. Because the truth is, sometimes we find ourselves in situations where we need to create some distance between ourselves and another person, whether it's a romantic partner, a friend, or even a family member. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about completely cutting someone out of your life. That's not always necessary or even advisable. What I'm talking about is learning how to set boundaries, how to protect your own emotional well-being, and how to avoid getting too caught up in someone else's drama or negativity. So let's dive in. The first rule of emotionally detaching from someone is to recognize when it's necessary. This can be tricky because our emotions can cloud our judgment. We might feel loyal to someone even when they're treating us poorly. We might feel guilty about pulling away even when it's the healthiest thing for us to do. But here's the thing: you have to trust your gut. If you're feeling drained, anxious, or unhappy after spending time with someone, that's a red flag. If you're constantly making excuses for their behavior or trying to fix their problems, that's another sign that you might need to step back. The second rule is to set clear boundaries. This means communicating your needs and expectations clearly and firmly. It might mean saying no to certain requests or invitations. It might mean limiting the amount of time you spend with someone or the topics you're willing to discuss with them. The key is to be assertive without being aggressive. You don't need to be mean or confrontational, but you do need to be direct. Remember, setting boundaries isn't about punishing the other person, it's about taking care of yourself. The third rule is to focus on your own growth and happiness. When we're emotionally entangled with someone, it's easy to lose sight of our own needs and goals. We might put their desires ahead of our own or neglect our own self-care in order to be there for them. But the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally, you won't have anything to give to others. So make sure you're prioritizing your own well-being. Pursue your passions, spend time with people who uplift you, and practice self-compassion. The fourth rule is to let go of the need to control the situation or the other person. This can be especially hard if you're a natural caretaker or problem solver. You might feel responsible for the other person's happiness or success, or you might worry that if you're not there to help them, something terrible will happen. But the reality is you can't control anyone else's life or choices. You can offer support and guidance, but ultimately they have to take responsibility for their own actions and consequences. Trying to control the situation will only lead to frustration and resentment on both sides. The fifth and final rule is to give yourself permission to move on. This doesn't necessarily mean ending the relationship altogether, although in some cases that might be necessary. What it means is allowing yourself to let go of the emotional attachment and create a new dynamic that works better for you. This might involve spending less time together, being less emotionally invested, or even just changing the way you think about the relationship. It's okay to grieve the loss of what you had, but don't let that grief hold you back from creating something new and better. Now, I know that emotionally detaching from someone is easier said than done. It can be a long and difficult process, especially if you have a history with that person or if you're prone to people-pleasing. But I promise you it's worth it. When you learn how to set healthy boundaries and prioritize your own well-being, you free yourself up to create more fulfilling relationships and pursue your own dreams. You stop wasting energy on people and situations that don't serve you and start investing in the things that truly matter to you. So, if you're struggling to emotionally detach from someone right now, I want you to know that you're not alone. It's a common challenge that many of us face at some point in our lives. But I also want you to know that you have the strength and the wisdom within you to handle it with grace and resilience. Start by taking small steps. Set one boundary at a time. Practice self-care every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Surround yourself with people who support and encourage you. And most importantly, be patient and compassionate with yourself. Remember, emotionally detaching from someone doesn't mean you're heartless or uncaring. It means you're wise enough to know when a relationship is no longer serving you and brave enough to do something about it. It means you value yourself enough to create the kind of life and connections that truly nourish and inspire you. So keep going, keep learning and growing and trusting yourself, and know that on the other side of this challenge lies a whole world of possibility and joy. You've got this, and you deserve nothing less than the very best. Now, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that emotionally detaching from someone can be incredibly painful, especially if it's someone you care about deeply. It's natural to feel a sense of loss or grief, even if you know it's the right thing to do. But here's the thing: that pain is a sign that you're growing. It's a sign that you're breaking free from old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. It's a sign that you're creating space for something new and better to come into your life. So don't run from the pain. Don't try to numb it or avoid it. Instead, lean into it. Allow yourself to feel it fully without judgment or resistance. Cry if you need to. Scream into a pillow. Write in a journal. Do whatever you need to do to express and release those emotions in a healthy way. And then when you're ready, start to focus on the future. Start to imagine what kind of life you want to create for yourself and what kind of relationships you want to attract. Use the pain as fuel to propel you forward towards your deepest desires and highest potential. Because here's the thing, you are not defined by your past relationships or experiences. You are not limited by the choices you've made or the challenges you faced. You have the power to create your own reality, to shape your own destiny, and to choose who you want to be in this world. So don't let anyone else's negativity or dysfunction hold you back. Don't let your own fears or doubts keep you stuck in a cycle of unhealthy attachments. Trust your instincts, honor your boundaries, and keep moving forward, one step at a time. And remember, you are never alone on this journey. There are people out there who will love and support you unconditionally, who will celebrate your successes and comfort you in your failures. Seek them out. Surround yourself with them. Let them remind you of your own strengths and beauty, even when you can't see it yourself. Because at the end of the day, emotionally detaching from someone is not about rejecting love or connection. It's about creating space for the right kind of love and connection to enter your life. It's about saying yes to yourself, yes to your dreams, and yes to the incredible possibilities that lie ahead. So keep going, my friend. Keep growing and learning and evolving. Keep opening your heart to the magic and mystery of this beautiful, messy, complicated world we live in. And know that whatever challenges you face, whatever obstacles you encounter, you have the resilience and the courage to overcome them and to create a life that truly lights you up from the inside out. In the end, emotionally detaching from someone is not about losing something or someone. It's about gaining something, a deeper sense of self, a clearer vision of what you want, and a greater capacity for true, authentic, soul-level connection. It's about learning to love yourself first so that you can love others more fully and freely. It's about creating boundaries that protect your energy and your peace so that you can show up in the world as your best and brightest self. And it's about trusting the journey, even when it feels hard or scary or uncertain. Because the truth is, life is too short to stay stuck in relationships or situations that don't truly nourish and inspire us. We all deserve to feel seen, heard, and valued for who we are. We all deserve to have relationships that uplift us, challenge us, and help us grow into the fullest expression of ourselves. So, if you're in the process of emotionally detaching from someone right now, I want you to know that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for being brave enough to listen to your own heart, even when it's telling you something difficult or painful. I'm proud of you for being willing to let go of what no longer serves you, even when it feels scary or uncertain. And I'm proud of you for taking a stand for your own happiness and well-being, even when the world around you might not understand or support your choices. Keep going, my friend. Keep trusting yourself. Keep honoring your own needs and desires, and keep moving forward with courage and conviction. Because on the other side of this challenge lies a whole new world of possibility, a world where you get to create the kind of life and love that truly sets your soul on fire. And remember, no matter what happens, no matter how hard things get, you are never alone. You are surrounded by a universe that loves you, supports you, and wants to see you thrive. You are connected to a power and a presence that is greater than any obstacle or challenge you could ever face. So lean into that power. Trust in that presence. And know that whatever happens, you have the strength, the wisdom, and the resilience to handle it with grace and ease. You've got this, my friend, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. It's important to remember that healing is not a linear process. There will be days when you feel strong and empowered, and there will be days when you feel sad, angry, or confused. There will be moments when you question your decision, and moments when you feel more certain than ever that you're doing the right thing. And that's okay. That's all part of the process. The key is to keep moving forward, even when it feels hard or uncomfortable. To keep showing up for yourself, even when you don't feel like it. And to keep believing in your own worth and value, even when others might try to convince you otherwise. One of the most important things you can do as you navigate this process is to surround yourself with a strong support system. This might include friends, family members, or even a therapist or counselor who can offer guidance and perspective. It's okay to lean on others for help and support when you need it. In fact, it's a sign of strength and courage to do so. But it's also important to remember that your healing is ultimately up to you. No one else can do the work for you, and no one else can give you the answers you seek. You have to be willing to look within yourself, to confront your own fears and doubts, and to take responsibility for your own growth and transformation. This might involve some deep soul searching and self-reflection. It might require you to confront some painful truths about yourself or your past relationships. It might mean letting go of old stories or beliefs that no longer serve you and embracing new ones that empower and inspire you. But through it all, remember this: you are worthy of love, respect, and happiness. You deserve to be treated with kindness, compassion, and understanding. And you have the power within you to create the kind of life and relationships that truly fulfill you, no matter what anyone else might say or do. So keep going. Keep learning and growing and evolving. Keep surrounding yourself with people and experiences that lift you up and make you feel alive. And most importantly, keep believing in yourself and your own inherent worth and value. Because the truth is, emotionally detaching from someone is not just about letting go of them, it's about making space for something new and better to come into your life. It's about creating room for growth, for joy, for love, and for all the incredible possibilities that await you on the other side of this challenge. And as you do this work, as you continue to heal and transform and evolve, remember that you are not alone. Remember that there are countless others who have walked this path before you, who have faced their own struggles and challenges and come out the other side stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever. Draw strength from their stories. Learn from their examples. And know that whatever happens, whatever challenges you face, you have the power within you to overcome them and to create a life that truly lights you up from the inside out. So keep going, my friend. Keep shining your light. Keep spreading your love. And keep believing in the incredible power and potential that lies within you. The world needs your unique gifts and talents, and there is so much beauty and magic waiting for you on the other side of this journey. Trust the process. Trust yourself. And know that no matter what happens, you are always, always worthy of the very best that life has to offer. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. As you continue to emotionally detach from someone, it's important to remember that this process is not about erasing them from your life entirely. It's not about pretending they never existed or denying the impact they had on you. Rather, it's about finding a new way to relate to them, one that honors your own needs and boundaries while still allowing for compassion and understanding. This might mean setting clear limits on how much time you spend together or what topics you're willing to discuss. It might mean learning to communicate in a more assertive and self-protective way. Or it might mean simply changing the way you think about the relationship and the role it plays in your life. Whatever form it takes, remember that emotionally detaching from someone is ultimately a way of caring for yourself. It's about recognizing that your own well-being and happiness matter and that you have the right to prioritize them in your life. And as you do this, as you learn to put yourself first and set healthy boundaries, you might find that other areas of your life start to shift and change as well. You might find yourself attracting new people and opportunities that align with your values and goals. You might discover new passions or interests that light you up from the inside out. And you might start to see yourself in a whole new light as someone who is strong, capable, and deserving of all the love and joy that life has to offer. So keep going. Keep exploring and experimenting and taking risks. Keep pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and embracing new challenges and adventures. And above all, keep believing in yourself and your own inherent worth and value. Because the truth is, emotionally detaching from someone is not the end of the story, it's just the beginning of a whole new chapter. A chapter where you get to be the hero of your own journey, the creator of your own destiny, and the architect of your own happiness. And as you step into this new chapter, remember that you are not defined by your past relationships or experiences. You are not limited by the opinions or expectations of others. You are a unique and precious soul with your own special gifts and talents to offer the world. So let your light shine, let your voice be heard, and let your heart lead the way, even when the path ahead feels uncertain or unclear. Trust that the universe has your back and that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And above all, remember this: you are loved, you are valued, and you are worthy of all the incredible blessings that life has in store for you. So keep going, my friend. Keep growing and learning and evolving. And know that no matter what happens, you have the strength, the courage, and the resilience to handle it with grace and ease. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way.